All right, fellas. So we finished recently rank 1 in the RTG. These are some of the rewards. I'll skip to the end already just so you can check it out. Didn't really get nothing crazy, but I'm gonna show you guys all the things that I've improved on to the point where it now has got me to rank 1 in the RTG. Which, warning, it's very ratty. Most of the stuff I'm doing, it's not 5 back, but it's mechanic abuse. So let's talk about it. Okay, so since the beginning of the year, guys, I've been doing tiki taka, passing. I avoided dribbling often here and there. And then I kept finishing usually at 16 wins, 14, 16, 14, 16, 14, 16. And I was like, okay, I got to hit the higher rank so I can get some tradable rewards, even though 16 is tradable. But I wanted to get it consistently every time. So what did I do? The very first biggest thing that I'm going to talk about, step over speed boost. That's literally it. Now, Travellas are important, but I didn't score a single Travella on well, maybe I did score one, but that wasn't enough to get you, a 19-1 rank. But obviously, if you have Travella players, that's gonna be an extra win most of the time. Maybe you might hit that extra rank. But step over speed boost is a consistent thing that you can abuse. Yes, it's ratty as freak, but people use 5 backs, people use kickoff glitches. So if you're going up against that type of dude, don't shy away. Burn them with that stuff. So let's talk about how to do them, the positions where I do them in, and let's get it. Oh, and at the end, forgot to add, I'm also doing attacking and defending tips in this whole entire video. So let's get it. Okay, let's start off real quick. Where do we start? Step overs, speed boosting. On the wing, for example, here, it's very useful. Most of the time, that's where most people use it, on the wing. Step over speed boost. Now, the money one on the step over speed boost is when you're passing between your center mids. And sometimes if you get a good little opening right here, you can step over, speed boost, and take a shot. That's all you really need to know. The fact that you can kind of, or sometimes your center mid can get in there, and you want to recycle again. You go over here, step over, then you press sprint. How to do a step over speed boost. All you do is a step over, and then you press sprint right after. That's really all I do. I don't even know if I'll do it right, but I just step over and then I hold sprint after, and if I get a speed boost, I feel so. That's how I do it. For example, right there, you see speed boost, you get inside. Make sure you got an opening lane sometimes, or a little space where you can kind of abuse. There you go. Now let's talk about Travella shots. For me personally, I like to hit them right here. Now Travellas, you won't really get the chance to smack these every game, but if you do get the chance and you do have the player, for me personally, from right this distance to here, I could be anywhere around here, as long as I'm around this range. If I'm too far like this, I can't hit them from here because I don't green time. So I personally have to do it right here, this area. If you do it right here, it's pretty much money. You can barrel into them, like for example, or you can just walk at a walking pace. If you're angled right, you can bang in. I'll show you a clip on that without having to do the bar roll. But yeah, bar rolling inside is a good way to get the animation more consistently, because you could be, for example, walking this way. You get the chance to shoot, you bar roll inside, you Travella shot, and that's a goal. So that's a good way to do it. Yeah, Travella to the left, and then LT shot, boom. So those are the two things that been, getting me that extra win. Since I already know how to scale, I already know how to pass, I just needed a little bit of extra help to get to those higher ranks. And these two things, pretty much step overs mainly, to be honest with you. Step overs are the main one. First is step overs. Third or second is probably like Travellas, which do help. But first is step overs, which is the most broken thing so far. So yeah. All right, let's start off with the Travella shot. So we got the ball here with Riquelme, do a bit of moves, ball roll inside, and we score. Like I said, that's the money spot. As soon as you hit that little between those two bars, you pretty much guaranteed a goal, man. If done right around this area. How much bars did I put? 3 bars of power here. It dips because it's low shot power, decent long shots. It will go up high and then dip low, and it's golazo. Here's a Travella example without the ball roll, which is still possible. We do a step over, we get in the area on the money spot, and it just flies in. How much bars of power did I put this time? Let's see. We put around, let's check, 3 bars of power again, and that's money. Now, since we got the Travellas down, let's go straight into step overs. And here's an example. This is why they're so broken. Who has time to react to that? especially when it's a lengthy player like Petr Cech. That's money every time. So why did that work? Again, because it's a speed boost. That's it. I just stepped over, turned, and shot. That's really all I did. I'm surprised he even fell for it, but it worked. We just cut him with a step over. This is more of a natural way to use it, but it was just fine. Now let's go through some attacking and defending tips. Okay, for attacking tip number 1, it's more of a possession tip, and that is to chill. Sometimes these guys are pulling their CBs out, and it's sometimes it's best to just let them press you, turn around, pick a better pass, and the lanes just start getting open. He drags people out. He's a bit crazy in the beginning of the game, and now we got a free little lane to run through. So as you can see, man, pay attention sometimes. You see how aggressive he comes at me. Now I could have stepped over speed boost right there and took that gap. But what if he wins the ball back and then he got all of his players on top? He could do an easy driven 8 and then I'm done. So I decided to just hold the ball and just play patiently, find somebody through, and just keep the possession. Attacking tip number 2 is still the same thing. We just hold the ball. You see how he's pressing me? But look at all those gaps appearing. Boom. Free as a bird, So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't got to step over speed boost. I could have passed it there as well to my player, but again, he's still marking him. So I waited. He's going to press me anyway. And then we get the pass through, and this can lead to many openings. Okay, for the last attacking tip is a pretty simple one, but actually one of the most important when it comes to attacking and scoring some counters. You can either you can send a runner early, or you can wiggle, send him here, aim at the player. I already did it. Send him on a run. I'm wiggling, sending him over the top, and he's through. A lengthy striker, this is money for a lengthy striker. So why is this important though? Okay, this is important mainly due to the fact that people have to think about it more. He's pressing me, so now he's at a risk. Since I have a runner, every time you have a runner, if someone's pressing you, he's at a risk. If he doesn't win the ball, he's at a huge risk that he's not going to be able to catch the runner. For example, I wiggle, and now he's done because he chose to pressure me instead of track the runner. That's the importance of having players run, because if you don't have that, there's no danger. He's pressing you, and there's no runner behind. So it's kind of like, if I fail to press you, I'm still safe because nobody's making a run. So that's why it's good to have runners, especially if they're lengthy or like an Mbappe or R9. This is money, man. Okay, now we're on to the defending tips. So number 1 tip: as soon as you see this, flick straight to your center back. Don't get caught with this stuff, man. I know sometimes we're not aware, but the first thing you gotta do, you see me already? Look at the mini map. Yeah, I ain't playing. We tracking all the way back, Bremer. That's easy money now, Now, obviously, you have to remember when you score this, when you score a goal, never forget, because these guys are rats. Defending scenario number 2, and that's gonna be being aggressive. Now, not all players are capable of doing this. You gotta find a center mids with our high defensive awareness, maybe high interceptions. Doesn't matter if they're small. I know most people think that the biggest players are the only ones that win the ball the best. That's cap. Small players like Barella, look at him. Psych! Snuck up on him. He has crazy defending stats, so no matter what, he's gonna get some balls in. We try to get a shot and boom, counter goal. Okay, now this one's a big defending tip, and that is how to deal with players like this guy. Obviously, there's nothing toxic that he's doing, right? Nothing toxic about it. It's just a possession, slow build-up player that's waiting for you to drag players out so he can get a chance to score. And he will do this all day. Now, you look at my strikers, right? None of them are doing anything. Now, if you want to do it manually, you would have to grab a striker here, drag him to press the midfielder, but that would have to be manually. And the issue with that is that both of his strikers in certain positions are perfect for him to do a driven A, turn around and shoot, or turn around, step over. That's what he's waiting for, right? He's waiting for a free opening so he can pass to his striker and do a step over, speed boost, and score. So what I had to do to get rid of this scenario, because if I kept it like this, he was guaranteed to score more goals. So what I did was, I go down on the D-pad tactics and I put striker, drop back, and this will make the strikers just clog the midfield and making it harder for him to just sit and just pass around patiently. So yeah, now we push striker, drop back, and we're playing with that after this. And now again, I'm aggressive, man. I get in the lane first for the defending tip here. We get in the lane and then we push. If he's doing a lot of skill moves and he's wasting time, bro, just be super aggressive on him. And yeah, he won't even see it coming. Especially if it's a player like Riquelme in this situation. The gap between the strikers and the center mids and the 4-4-2 defense is a little bit too far away. So I put a striker on drop back and it just clogs it like that. And then there's no playing around the midfield anymore, you know? The chances of him losing it are just very high, and that's what tended to happen there. So we're now into a new game and another defending tip. The game starts, right? As soon as he passes to the wing, what do? I gotta go aggressive. Every time I see a wing pass, I'm going in. So I grab my fullback, kind of go towards the passing lane as you see. Boom, and I catch that. The important thing here is that try not to go run directly at the guy, because if he beats you, then you're screwed. So you got to make sure you kind of bait it in a way, right? So when you're going to press, scoot like that, right? Go all the way in and then stop. Don't get too close to where he can outbeat you on a dribble. Kind of keep your distance a little bit. Like just push in a little bit, keep your distance, stop. You know, go for a passing lane if you want. And, you know, you might win the ball back like I did there. Now, the important thing here is that if I ended up going way too deep into where he's at, the chance of him beating me on the dribble is even higher. So let's say he doesn't pass here. It's all right because I still got enough distance between me and him that I can chase just in case he keeps going on the run. But he gave it to me. So that's one of the good ways to press, and that is just pushing in a little bit, which I might make a video about. All right, next defending tip. I made a video about this before, but if you do have a striker on drawback as well, this could help. But if you don't, the same thing applies, and that is when you're when he's building a play, grab your strikers, preferably, you know, whoever. Sometimes lengthy players defend better, like Czech is really good at taking the ball back in these situations. But as you can see, I grab my striker, go in press, get a back tackle, and you know, we're good to go now. So yeah, if you see that your right mid and your right mid and your center mid in a 4-4-2 are in a good position, grab your striker, go ahead and press, because your players are in a good 4-4-2. The damage that they can do to your team is not that high. They're in formation. You grab your striker and you press and you just snatch it, man. So that's a big thing. I tend to do this one a lot because 4-4-2, you don't really want to pull out the, you know, the two center mid sometimes because it can be sketchy. So use your strikers. But yes, okay. So we started the game again in the next half, and I think we scored, and then they were, like I said, we go and press. We don't go too deep straight at him, right? We chill, we keep a distance still, and we kind of just get a little bit tight and we clog him up. And that's just a free ball, guys. As you notice how it all just, you know, we just tighten up a little bit, but we don't try to steal it yet. You know, kind of get him scared, and then he gives with the ball and light work. So that is it, guys. That's really all I've been doing. It's just pressing better. I improved my pressing. I no longer run at the dude and just try to manhandle him and take it right away. I press, but I don't get too close. And then when it comes to step overs, I implemented that to my attack because, you know, it's time to get some real coins. So I had to do that, and then yeah, since then I've been hitting some higher ranks. And obviously, right, it's a video game, and whatever you use in the video game that's overpowered, you're gonna do better. You're gonna have better results. As much as we love football in reality and football in FIFA, this game is a game, and when you use the broken stuff improves your you know, ranks. Same thing goes for Call of Duty, games like that. You use the broken mechanics, you're bound to get better results. That's just how it works. So, alright, guys, hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something new, and catch you later. Peace.